Welcome back to Gossip Galaxy, where we're serving you the tea that's so hot, it's practically scalding. Today's story. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck allegedly have a friends with benefits situation happening, and honestly, I'm not sure if this is a rom-com plot or a therapy session gone rogue. Either way, buckle up, because this one's got more twists than a pretzel factory, so let's get into it. Jennifer Garner, America's wholesome sweetheart who we all thought had her life figured out, has reportedly entered into what sources are calling a discreet arrangement with her ex-husband Ben Affleck. And when I say discreet, I mean the kind of discreet that somehow ended up all over the internet. The two divorced back in 2018 after 13 years of marriage, 3 kids, and what I can only imagine was enough drama to fuel a limited series. They've been poster children for amicable co-parenting ever since, attending school events together and generally making the rest of us divorced folks look like we're doing it wrong. But apparently, that friendship has taken a turn down memory lane, and not just the PG-rated kind. Now, before you start planning their second wedding, let me pump the brakes. Sources say this isn't about rekindling their romance or giving their marriage a reboot. It's more about comfort, history, and the fact that sometimes your ex-husband is the only person who truly gets why you're the way you are. They've been through addiction struggles, a very public divorce, and years of coordinating carpool schedules. That's the kind of bond that doesn't just disappear because you signed some paperwork. Here's where it gets spicy. Jennifer is currently engaged to businessman John Miller, who I'm sure is thrilled to hear about this arrangement. And by thrilled, I mean probably consulting his own therapist. But hold on, because Jen allegedly has this whole thing locked down with what sources are calling strict rules. We're talking no sleepovers, no romantic dates, and absolutely no conversations about the future. It's basically the emotional equivalent of a rental agreement with very clear terms and conditions. She loves John, plans to marry him, but what she has with Ben exists in its own separate universe, built on shared history and the kind of understanding you only get from surviving a marriage together. And Ben. Apparently he's totally fine with the arrangement. Shocking absolutely no one. Sources say he has more respect for Jen than anyone else in his life. She stood by him through his darkest moments, including his very public battles with addiction, and he trusts her completely. This setup lets them stay connected without confusing their current bond with the marriage they left behind. It's like keeping your favorite old sweater. You're not wearing it out in public, but it's nice to know it's there when you need it. But wait, there's more drama because of course there is. Ben was recently spotted with his other ex, Jennifer Lopez, at a film premiere, which immediately sent the internet into overdrive speculating about a reconciliation. So now we've got Ben potentially juggling 2 Jennifers, which sounds like the setup for a sitcom nobody asked for but everyone would absolutely watch. Meanwhile, Jen Garner is out here setting boundaries like a boss, proving that you can be emotionally mature and still make questionable decisions at the same time. Friends say the line between emotional support and something more intimate blurred earlier this year when Ben was going through a rough patch. Jen reportedly stepped in to help him find balance, because apparently once you've spent over a decade with someone, you're basically stuck being their emotional support human for life. It's the ultimate can't quit you situation, except instead of a tragic romance, it's 2 middle-aged people trying to navigate modern relationships while raising teenagers. So what's the takeaway from this Hollywood mess? Sometimes the person who knows you best is the person you already divorced. And maybe that's okay, as long as everyone involved knows the rules and nobody's getting blindsided. Or maybe this is all just a reminder that celebrity relationships are wild, and we're all just here for the ride. That's all the tea for today, but trust me, this story isn't over. Make sure you're subscribed to Gossip Galaxy because we post multiple times a day and you know there's going to be an update on this situation faster than you can say awkward Thanksgiving dinner. Hit that like button if you're as confused as I am, and drop a comment telling me what you think about this whole arrangement. Is Jen a genius or is this a disaster waiting to happen? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.